If you want to see the best NBA player props, insights, and analysis, you've come to the right place.
Y'all motherfuckers, when they get some free tips, best bets, go ahead and flex some. Pick winners all the time, hit it on a daily. This is all free, you don't even have to pay me.
We made it rain today, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I probably just threw $1,000 worth of cash all over my table. And I'm not very rich, so I'm going to spend a lot of time making sure I pick up every single piece. Now, welcome to the video. I am alone today, but Harry has sent me his tips, so I'll be sharing all those. We've got 4 different player props for you today. But before we get into those, let's do a very quick recap on yesterday's tips. So on the video, we shared 6 tips. Unfortunately, LeBron and Embiid were late out, so we only had 4 active from the video. We did go through from 4. Julius Randle was our only loss of the day. He was tracking well in front of what we needed, and then he crumbled in the 4th. But, you know, that's gambling, I guess. If you did happen to get on and follow these tips, show us some love. I want to get 15 likes for this video. I think the last one got 11. Give me 15 likes. Smash that like button, baby. Another thing is someone in the Discord today said I look like Javon Carter from the Milwaukee Bucks. Drop a comment if you agree. Maybe, somehow, but I don't see it. But, you know, let me know. So, quick recap on today. We had a stellar one within our Discord. I'll quickly show that to you so you can see what it's all about. First tip was out of Steven Adams to get 14.5 boards, cash in a blowout, played less minutes and it still came home. Here's the Julius Randle player that hurt us. We needed 40.5. He finished on 38 and he was stuck on 38 for like the last 6 minutes of the 4th quarter. CJ McCollum over 25, cashed in another blowout. Klay Thompson over 25.5. He had 10 at halftime, but he exploded in the 4th quarter. I also took Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant. Plumlee over assist, Grant on points. Plumlee only finished on 1 assist. That was a blowout, but Jeremy Grant covered his at the start of the 3rd quarter, so that was easy. And then this morning, took 2 more plays. Banchero over 7.5 rebounds. He got 8. Embiid was out, so I took Harden over 23.5, and that cashed very easy as well. Have a look at this. This is how we ended up. From the 8 tips that I gave out, we finished with 6.74 units of profit with a 48% return. So, absolutely stellar day. This isn't going to be the best tip you're ever going to find. There's probably a lot of people out there that are better than me, so I was just mucking around. Got to stay humble, you know what I mean? But I put a lot of time, put a lot of effort into everything that we do here. So hopefully you guys are liking all the content that we've been producing and sending out to you guys. But let's get on to the tips, shall we? Won't be sharing my screen so you get to look straight at me, my Javon-looking face. Very first plays in the not Milwaukee, in the Boston versus Dallas game. Taking my guy Luka Doncic over 34.5 points. Now, Luka rattled off 42 points against the Boston Celtics in late November. In their last 7 games, the Boston Celtics allow the second most points to point guards and the most 3-pointers made. Their defense has been average at best, and I can see Luka taking advantage of that today. This game's also been played in Dallas, where Luka averages 3 more points per game compared to when he's on the road. So on the season, he's averaging 35, so the line makes sense. But at home, he's averaging 38 points. So happy to take Luka over 34.5. Our very next play is one of Harry's. He's like in Jason Tatum over 7.5 rebounds in the very same game. Now, Jason Tatum, he's averaging 11.7 rebounds against Dallas in his last 3 games. He recorded 11, and then 13 boards earlier this season. His line set at 7.5 due to his inconsistent nature. He can easily finish on 5, but if the matchup is right, he can easily go over 10. So this is a great matchup against a Mavs team that he's performed well against in the past. They also rank in the bottom 10 in defensive rebounds per game. When your best rebounder is Luka Doncic, who's your point guard, you're going to have some issues there. But at the same time, the Boston Celtics lack some size inside as well. So I can see players like Tatum and Doncic getting some boards today, and clearly so can Harry. So he's taken over 7.5 for Jason Tatum. The next play is in the Houston Rockets game. I'm liking Kevin Porter Jr. over 19.5 points. So he's played against the Jazz twice already this season. He scored 26 and 24 points, 1 game at home, 1 game on the road. The Jazz allow the 7th most points against point guards this season. He's covered this line in 3 of his last 5 games, but in his last 2, he's covered this consecutively. So the other reason why I picked this is that the Jazz have been torched lately from the point guard position and shooting guard position, in fact. They've been lit up by Fox. I think he had a 30-point game. Kevin Huerter had a 30-point game. Tyler Hero had a 30-point game. They're all their recent ones. So I'm liking Kevin Porter Jr. over 19.5, but I can also see Jalen Green going off as well. So take Kevin Porter. And the very last single bet I want to share with you guys, both Harry and I picked this one. We're both in agreement. You could call this our best bet, but we're taking Nikola Jokic over 25.5 points. So in his 2 games that he played against the Clippers last season, he averaged 39.5 points. He scored 49 in one game, then he scored 30 the next. He's covered this line in 3 of his last 5 games. The Clippers also allow the 6 most points to centers this season. The Clippers actually defend all the other positions very well. They got people like Kawhi, Paul George, very lengthy defenders, Batum off the bench. They defend all those other positions quite well. So I don't think Jokic is going to be able to rely on Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray to make up all the points. So liking Jokic to go over 25.5. In the Clippers' recent games, they've actually allowed some big scoring games, the opposite big men. We're talking 31 points to Bam Adebayo, 34 points to Miles Turner, and then 44 points to Joel Embiid, which is fair enough. The bloke's a beast. So yeah, loving Nikola Jokic. We both are. So jump on, get amongst it. We'll get straight into our value play of the day. I personally have only got a quarter of a unit on this. It's just for fun, just for a bit of entertainment. And I know a lot of people like taking these. We're only taking 2 players today. We're taking the European Kings. We're taking Luka Doncic for 40 points and Nikola Jokic for 35 points. You can get that for $18.60. But because 60% of our viewers, did you know, actually come from the United States, I thought it'd be helpful if I put the US odds in there for you. So it's a plus 1760 for all of you guys out in the US watching this. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the comments I've been getting too. So that's our value play of the day. I've only got a quarter of a unit on that. There's only 4 games on tomorrow. Within the Discord, I'm sure I'll probably come up with more once there's more markets available in the morning. But that's all I've got for you now, lads. I do hope you've liked that video. Hope you subscribe as well. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the time the NBA playoffs start. This year alone, I think we picked up 20 to 30 subscribers. It's been pretty awesome. So appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll be back tomorrow for some more NBA player props.
Y'all motherfuckers, when they get some free tips, best bets, go ahead and flex some. Pick winners all the time, hit it on a daily. This is all free, you don't even have to pay me.